Now, I was looking at this press release, and first thing I saw was 50th anniversary. I'm like, wait a minute, what were they, 8 when they started? What? How old were you?
James was 11 and I was
11.
13.
Oh, well, then I was about right. Wow. Oh, my
Not too far
goodness.
off.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. So, was it in your blood? You guys were so young. Was it in your blood because of your parents or something? What got you so interested?
Oh, excuse me. Sorry about that. Well, yeah, I'm third generation musician, so yeah, it was in my family.
Wow.
So,
And well, my parents, both of them, they played a mean radio. Uh, and that was about it. Yeah. So, no, I just grew up listening to music and records. But there was no, well, no, there's one thing. My mother's brother, he did sing gospel with Andre Crouch back in the day.
Mm, okay.
But yeah, other than that, there was no one that I really patterned.
Because I know back then, music was a release for everybody. I mean, we were singing in the streets. It was just part of our culture. You know what I mean? So
mhm.
I can see that. So, and it also says your 26th record.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
was there a pattern to your releases? Was it like every 2 years or 3 years? Or it's hard to tell.
No,
No,
the
not
first, no.
necessarily. We just kind of went with the flow. Uh, you know, a cross between giving the current album, a chance to
Mhm.
do its thing,
Yeah,
and then also not waiting too long before we put out the next one, but
yeah.
not stepping on its toes at the same time.
Mhm. You had
So
to have a feel for it.
yes,
Mhm.
Mm.
and you just kind of go with the flow. So there was a period where we were doing them every 2 years, uh, and well, the first three they were 1 year apart, and then there
Mm.
was 3 year break after that. And so it varies,
Mm.
and we go with the flow.
So, at what point did you realize that you guys were icons? You know,
Are we,
like
When I
Gro-
get there, I'll let
we
you
are, and we'll let you know when we get there.
know. No, man. No, seriously though. I appreciate that term. For and how it's given, but it still it still surprises me. Because to me, I'm just me. You
yeah,
did, and to the rest of the world, I'm something else.
yeah,
You dig?
yeah, yeah,
Um, so I realize and have a long time ago that I will never see myself the way
yeah, mhm,
Other
that
people
just
see,
it's
right?
just
yeah,
fine.
yeah, yeah.
Mm.
I'm sure
Yeah.
Grover
But
Washington
I
felt the
do
same
try
way.
I do my wife has been helping me greatly to try and realize, who I am and
Right.
my standing in this whole music thing,
Yeah, because once you accept it, you can use it. You can use it once you accept it. Yeah, I agree with your wife.
Hmm.
High five to your wife. Because I'm reading this that Grover Washington was your inspiration in the early days. Is
Mhm.
Yes,
that
very much.
correct? And he probably felt the same way. The same way. Yeah.
Well, see,
Yeah,
when you
and
say
Grover.
icon, that's the name that comes up to me as an icon.
Mm,
People like him,
yeah.
people like Miles Davis, uh, people like Oscar Peterson.
Yeah.
These are the guys that laid the ground for people
Yeah.
like us to come up.
Yeah.
So those are
Well,
what I consider icons.
well, from what I'm reading, you guys laid the foundation for other people. Wait a minute, let me get to it. I think I made a note for other people to make it. Who was it? What's the keyboardist? The young fella.
Justin Lee Schultz.
Definitely
Yeah,
Schultz.
there you
Yeah.
go. Yeah,
And
yeah,
Joey DeFrancesco.
yeah. There you go. Yeah. And it's like a full circle thing. Like a full circle thing. Now
Hmm.
tell me about the new album. Um, how did it come about? Was it something you had in mind, or did it change, or happen naturally?
Well, it came about well through some, I would say, let's see if I could put it in words. I guess through a lot of not just hard work, but some going through some changes too.
Gotcha.
Because I know, if a lot of people don't know, but and some people do, but James had, like, 3 strokes in one night,
Wow.
and which kind of hindered his ability to put more stuff, because he usually does half of the album, you
Yeah.
know, and then Tony and I do the other half. But it's like at that point, with what he was going through, Tony and I had to, kind of come up and take up the slack,
Hmm.
and get James's back basically.
Yeah.
So it was some challenges through the recording of the CD, but we're happy with what came out of it, and
Mm,
we're definitely happy that James is
I
okay,
know.
and that
Oh
he
my
came through
goodness.
what
Oh
he
my goodness.
what he was going through. So,
Yeah.
but we wanted him to know that we had his back too. So,
Mm.
so
God is good, James. You can't
mhm.
even tell.
Amen.
Can't
Thank you.
even
I
tell.
mean,
So,
it's
and that's
it's
kind of
on
where the
hold.
title came from too. We got this.
Mm.
No matter
Oh,
what the challenges were, you know, God was pulling us through. You know,
Mhm.
and so it was like no challenge was too big for God to handle,
yeah.
and He got us through whatever we had to get through to to bring this album to
Mm.
fruition. And
Wow.
so
Yeah. Yeah.
it came like
My
we
brothers
got
had
this.
my back. They truly
Unbelievable.
had my back, and they went to town on this album. They really did. And if you listen to the whole thing, you can hear it, you can feel it. I know I can. And that's why the title has even more meaning.
Mm. Wow.
I
Right.
mean,
God is good.
yeah.
Hmm.
But it's
Unbelievable.
it's been a long haul. I mean,
And you
can
say
you
three
imagine being
strokes?
60 years old and having to relearn how to tie your shoes, and
Yeah.
it's like, put on a belt or button a shirt,
Mm. Yeah.
and
Hmm.
Unbelievable. And God speaks to us. He didn't say we wasn't going to go through things, but he's going to be there with him. And when Curtis said 3 strokes, 3 is my favorite number because it's a biblical number. Um,
hmm
Hmm.
and so as he was saying, and I'm like, God is saying something. He's saying, I pulled you through. I did that.
Hmm.
Unbelievable.
I
Hmm.
feel like he gave me a second life, and I feel like he's obviously got more for me to do down,
Yeah.
so I
Because he,
aim
he
to.
wants you to testify. He wants you to praise
Hmm
because that opens up the door for other people's belief in him to be strengthened.
Hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Testify. I
Come
hear
on.
you guys. God is good. And
All the
and
time.
I appreciate your time. And I look forward to listening to the album. But I know it's going to be a Pieces of a Dream project.
Hmm.
And
Hmm
please know that you guys are icons. Pieces of a Dream, as iconic as Drew Hill, as iconic as the rest of them, Jodeci. I'm telling you, it's just that you in the jazz genre. I'm reading here, you a multi-platinum group. Come on now. Who in the jazz genre is multi-platinum? And you guys are multi-plat. I mean, it just in jazz. I've interviewed them. You know, it's hard to get there, and you guys,
Yeah.
you know, so accept it because you're my Grover Washington.
Wow. Thank you. Thank you so
All right.
much.
Thank you.
God bless, and tell God I said hi.
I sure will.
All right, take care.
Bye.
Bye.